TRIVIUM. How's everything going so far on the tour?
Very good. It's been a lot of fun. Today the weather kind of sucks, but the show was excellent. I think today was probably the best show that we've had in Family Value so far. So we just keep getting better.
All right, pretty diverse lineup, correct?
Yep, very.
What'd you think of when you were asked to do the tour?
We said, of course, right away when we heard the opportunity, because we've been on tour forever. We've done so many shows with countless bands, but I mean, we definitely never had the chance to play with strong rock bands and play in front of like a rock audience that rock and metal audience in the same festival. And it's always been like extreme metal or somewhere along the lines of what we normally do. But I think this time we were able to, like you said, with a diverse lineup. I think it's been a lot of fun for us and a good tour.
Set list. I mean, did you're playing a heavier show with a couple heavier bands. With this, what'd you do? Did you want to attack the crowd? How'd you pick that?
Yeah, I mean, normally I think a lot of bands when they come on this, they'd want to play their, I guess, I don't know what the bands would do, but they may want to pick their softer stuff that's more catchy, and us, we're like,
correct.
Well, that's not really what we do anyway. We've only got a couple songs that are slower. Let's just play all our balls out shit just for the hell of it. Because, I mean, this can be the first impression of our band. We might as well just have people remember us for what we do and what we do naturally, and that's exactly what we do for the set list.
All right. Some stories on tour, like with Hell Yeah. I mean, you hung out with them yet?
We've met the guys, and we'll hang out every once in a while, but it's never been anything crazy or anything like that. We've only met them a couple times and hung out with a few of the guys, like, when we're getting ready, or they're getting ready to go on, or right afterwards. So. But no, and everyone's always looking for crazy stuff, but we as Trivium kind of got all our crazy shit out of the way a couple years ago. And so, I mean, we've got so many shows and so much touring that we have to do, and so much shit we know we need to do that, we have fun with it, but we don't burn ourselves out in anything crazy.
All right. The tour, they offer like $9.99 seats, kind of cheaper. Have the kids come out. Ozfest is for free. The Warped Tour. Some thoughts on the summer tours here in the U.S.?
I thought that Family Values is definitely the best value of all the tours that I've ever seen before. Because so many bands for such a cheap price. I mean, even us headlining, we can't charge that little because, the venue has expenses to rent the place out and, the accommodations and all that shit. So it's pretty amazing that a band can do something like that. That Korn can do that for their fans and for all music fans, really. I think it's a really great thing. Summer festival touring, it's very different than it is from the rest of the world because we've done all the other world's touring. And, those festivals be extremely diverse. They'll have, like, a black metal band, a hip-hop band, a pop band, all in one day. Like, I remember we were playing Denmark, and we were a couple bands before Sigur Rós, who was headlining that stage. But still, a fuckload of people showed up for every single band. So I think that's really great when there is diversity. I think there's so many people and so many genres of music going on in the States that it's kind of hard to have that. And that's why, some people are like, well, Trivium's on Family Values, they should be on this, they should be on that. But it's cool that there is diversity a little bit, but hopefully there'll be more. Sorry, I thought that was on mute.
No problem. After this, next tour, talk about it.
Yeah, after this one, we're going to do pre-production demo for our next album. And then we're going to go off to UK and Europe with Trivium, Machine Head, Dragon Force, Shadows Fall, and Arch Enemy. And then we go to Australia with Machine Head, and I believe Arch Enemy, and Japan. And we're doing some of our shows with ourselves, and I think Machine Head's on this as well.
Incredible lineups.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be great. I wish we could do that as a world tour thing, but I guess it just didn't work with everyone's schedule. But it's going to be a fantastic tour, really playing gigantic places in the UK and Europe. And, yeah, ticket sales are already going pretty damn good, and it's still a ways away from here.
All right. Talk about the new album. Goals. Feel some pressure? Like, do you have a timeline that you have to have it out by?
No, there's absolutely no timeline. We usually make our own timelines and say when we want to have it out, when we're going to do this. So we know we're going to do, we've got a ton of demos right now, like lots and lots, way more than we'd ever have in an album. So we're going to demo about half of them on this next time off, and demo the rest at the earlier part of the next year. And we'll figure out which songs will be on the CD, and we'll take a big chunk of time to do it because we've never taken months before. We've only taken weeks. But that's all we needed at the time. But now we're going to take that kind of time to really create and be experimental with it. Next CD, I think a lot of people are not expecting what it's going to sound like. I think it's going to shock everybody in a good way. Because I think that, with the last CD, people saw the departure of the screaming, and they're like, well, some people are really happy about it. And then, I think it's great that us, and there are a lot of other bands do this as well, make every CD so different. And that way it's not the same old shit every time you hear it. And this next one, it's going to be damn good. It's going to be very busy. very technical, very fast.
All right. Studio producer.
Oh, we don't know
on
any of that. I mean, even to say anything on the music, it's still difficult too because it's not
Okay.
even totally formed up yet. We've got a short list of producers we're looking at, and I guess the time we'll know is after we send them our demos and see if they accept or not.
Jason's still in there?
No, this time I think Jason and Trivium are going to go our separate ways. We're breaking up. We're still all friends. We still love each other, but
Correct.
we've done absolutely everything ever with him, and he's done everything ever with us. So it's time that we both do separate things, and then this way we can both. I can listen to his stuff as purely a fan. He can listen to our stuff as purely a fan, as opposed to it being work.
Cool. Some random questions to end all of this. What do you think the best scene in the U.S. is right now coming out of?
The best what?
Scene, bands-wise, shows-wise.